This is Top Accolade Global News Update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. Ukrainian forces based on the western side of the river Dnipro are frequently carrying out raids on the eastern bank near the city of Quezon to try to dislodge Russian troops, a regional official said on Tuesday. Russian forces have held the eastern side of the Dnipro near Quezon since retreating from the southern city in November after months of occupation, but Ukraine is expected to launch a spring counter-offensive to try to recapture more territory. Yuri Sobolevsky, deputy head of the Quezon Regional Administration, said the raids were intended to reduce the combat capability of Russian troops who have been shelling Quezon city since being forced to retreat. Russia seized the Quezon region soon after its full-scale invasion of Ukraine 14 months ago and has continued since then to hold all of the region's territory east the Dnipro. Military analysts say Ukraine is likely soon to launch a counter-offensive and that one of the main goals could be breaking through a southern land corridor between Russia and the Russia-annexed Crimea region. Retaking all the Quezon region would be an important step towards achieving this goal. Pakistani police say the twin blasts that struck a counter-terrorism facility in the country's northwest were caused by electrical shocks and not a terror attack as initially suggested. The death toll from Monday's explosions in the ammunition depot in Kabul town of Swat district in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province bordering Afghanistan rose to 17, police said on Tuesday. The dead were 9 policemen, 5 detainees and 3 civilians, local police chief Shafiullah Gadapur said. More than 50 people, mostly police officers, were also wounded when the shot ignited explosions seconds apart, according to Akhtar Ayat, another provincial police officer. Initially, police said the explosions could be an act of terrorism, but an investigation later concluded that short circuits were the cause. A police statement released on Tuesday said Nasir Mahmood Sati, a district police chief, also confirmed there was no attack. Police and government officials attended a collective funeral on Tuesday for the officers killed in the blast. Fighting in Sudan eased overnight after the army and the rival paramilitary force agreed to a 3-day truce, allowing more Sudanese to flee on Tuesday and foreign countries to extract citizens. The warfare that erupted between the army and the Rapid Support Forces (RSF) paramilitaries on April 15th has turned residential areas into war zones, killing at least 459 people, wounding over 4,000 and cutting water, power and food in a nation already reliant on aid. Foreign countries have airlifted embassy staff out of Khartoum, the capital, after several attacks on diplomats, including the killing of an Egyptian attaché shot on his way to work. Some countries are also extracting their private citizens. On Tuesday, Britain launched a large-scale evacuation of its nationals on military flights from an airfield north of Khartoum. France and Germany said they had each evacuated more than 500 people of various nationalities. Sudanese families too used the lull to emerge from their homes after more than a week of fierce fighting to search for transport to take them to safety, worrying that the exodus of foreigners would leave locals more at risk. Tens of thousands have left in the past few days for neighboring Chad, Egypt, Ethiopia, and South Sudan, despite the uncertainty of conditions there. Guatemalan President Alejandro Giammattei pledged his unconditional support on Tuesday for the Republic of Taiwan on a trip that comes as China steps up pressure on the handful of countries that still maintain formal ties with the island. Guatemala is one of the only 13 countries with official diplomatic ties with China-claimed Taiwan. Honduras abandoned Taipei for Beijing last month after asking for almost $2.5 billion in aid. Speaking at a welcoming ceremony outside Taiwan's presidential office, Giammattei said Guatemala and Taiwan were brotherly countries and important allies. Speaking in Spanish, he referred twice to the Republic of Taiwan rather than its official name, the Republic of China, generally stylized these days by the government as the Republic of China, Taiwan. Giammattei, standing next to Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen, ended the speech with a rousing, in quote, "Long live free Taiwan," receiving a broad smile from Tsai, who thanked them in English. Speaking later at Taiwan's parliament, Giammattei continued to refer to the Republic of Taiwan and won a standing ovation from lawmakers with a further strong message of support, ending that speech with, in quote, "Long live Taiwan, free, sovereign, and independent." Guatemala's relations with the Republic of China go back 9 decades before the government fled to Taiwan in 1949 after losing a civil war with Mao Zedong's communists who set up the People's Republic of China. China's fully robotic rover on Mars, in longer than expected hibernation since May 2022, likely met with excessive accumulation of sand and dust, its mission designer said, breaking months of silence about the status of the vehicle. The motorized rover Zhurong, named after a mythical Chinese god of fire, was expected to have woken up in December after entering a planned sleep mode in May 2022 as falling solar radiation with the advent of winter cut its power generation. An unforeseen pileup of dust most likely affected power generation and Zhurong's ability to wake up, Chinese state television reported on Tuesday, quoting Zhang Rongqiao, chief designer of China's Mars exploration program. A camera on board a NASA probe orbiting Mars showed the Chinese rover had not moved since at least September. According to official images, the 240 kg Zhurong, which has 6 scientific instruments, including a high-resolution topography camera, was tasked with studying the planet's surface soil and atmosphere after landing with no mishap in May 2021. Powered by solar energy, Zhurong also looked for signs of ancient life, including any subsurface water and ice, using a ground-penetrating radar. That is the size of top accurate global news updates. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Tuesday!